I have 800 confirmed kills, and none of them were human. The only thing worse than seeing something on your radar is seeing it vanish. 1 second, a solid, hostile blip. 12 o'clock high, tracking south at a speed that didn't make sense. The next, gone. Just the empty green sweep of the scope and the low, steady hum of my own machine breathing around me. That's when the sweat starts. That's when you feel the cockpit shrink. My fingers were bloodless on the stick. I was strapped into 40,000 pounds of cutting-edge death, a machine they call the Silent Eagle. But up here, alone in the ink, I felt like a kid in a tin can. The blip reappeared. Closer. Way too fucking close. A calm voice in my helmet, my controller, Danae, just said, "Confirm visual, Albatross." I scanned the black. Nothing. Just the cold, indifferent stars. Negative visual. Screen is painted, but the sky is empty. Then I saw it. Not with my eyes, not at first. A flicker. A distortion. Like the air itself was folding over something massive. A heat shimmer where there should be nothing but absolute zero. Contact. My thumb moved, selecting a sidewinder. The high-pitched growl in my headset told me the seeker had a tone, a solid lock. My heart was a fist, beating against the inside of my ribs. Fox 2. The missile shot off the rail, a brilliant magnesium flare carving a hole in the night. It screamed toward the distortion, a predator seeking heat. For a second, I let myself breathe. And then, the impossible happened. The distortion bloated. It exhaled a shimmering cloud, a gold and silver mist of what looked like dust. The sidewinder, utterly bamboozled, veered sharply and detonated on empty air, a pointless firework miles from its target. Shit. Missile defeated. It's using some kind of biological chaff, I spat into the mic. Danae's voice was still level. Annoyingly level. Copy, Albatross. Re-engage. I fired another. Same result. A puff of glitter. A wasted missile. This thing was learning. Or it had played this game before. No more games. I pushed the throttle forward, lit the burners, and felt the kick of acceleration plant me in my seat. If missiles wouldn't work, I'd have to get close enough to spit on it. Close enough to use the cannon. The distortion resolved itself into a shape as I closed the distance. It was a bat, if you want to be simple about it. But a bat the way a hurricane is a slight breeze. Its wings were not leather, they were skin. Stretched over bone structures that bent at sickening, unnatural angles. It was the size of a commercial airliner, and it moved with a horrifying, fluid grace. It blotted out the stars as it banked, a hole in reality. I lined it up in the crosshairs. My whole world narrowed to the glowing green pipper on my HUD. My breath hitched. I squeezed the trigger. The jet shuddered as the 20mm Vulcan cannon ripped to life. A torrent of incandescent lead tore through the dark. The sound was like the whole world tearing in half. Burrs. The rounds connected. I didn't see blood. I saw ichor. A thick phosphorescent fluid sprayed from a dozen holes punched through its wing membrane. The thing screamed. I swear to God I heard it through my helmet and the roar of my own engines. It was a high, keening shriek of metal and pain that scraped the inside of my skull. It faltered, tumbling from the sky like a broken kite, and vanished into the thick cloud deck below. "Splash 1, I said, my voice hoarse. Static answered. Then, my instruments went crazy. A new sound filled my headset. Not from Danae. It was a series of low-frequency clicks, sonar pings coming from the clouds where the creature had fallen. And, from all around me, in the empty black, came the replies. Click, 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 click. My radar lit up. Not one blip. A dozen. 2 dozen. They were waking up. They were coming. The dying scream of their kin was a dinner bell. I didn't wait for an order. I shoved the stick forward and dove, burners blazing, running for the horizon with a fucking choir of monsters singing at my back. I'm on the ground now. Writing this from a windowless room that smells of stale coffee and fear. My name is Casimir. My call sign is Albatross. I'm 25, and I'm a government-sanctioned exterminator. Forget what they tell you. It's a hunting ground, teeming with things that have been here far longer than us. Things that see a passenger plane filled with hundreds of people as nothing more than a slow-moving meal. We are the only thing standing between them and the civilian world. Most of the time, we succeed. Sometimes, we don't. You've heard the stories. MH370, Air France 447. Unexplained disappearances over the ocean. They weren't mysteries. They were failures. Our failures. In the 5 years I've been doing this, I've logged over 3,000 hours in this one jet. I have 85 confirmed kills. Each one is a nightmare I get to keep. The job is getting harder. The creatures are getting smarter, more numerous. We get newer jets, faster missiles, but we're just barely keeping pace. I've lost friends, good people. Their names are just ghosts on a memorial wall nobody will ever see. I used to love the sky. As a kid, I'd lie in the grass for hours, watching clouds drift by, imagining the peace and quiet up there. The endless, clean blue. That's why I learned to fly. I wanted that quiet. I wanted that peace. Now I know the truth. The silence up there isn't peaceful. It's the silence of something holding its breath, waiting for you to let your guard down. My job is to go up into that beautiful, empty sky and make it bleed.